Hey guys, welcome back to Out of Ink. I'm Olivia, and I realized something as I was watching Deadpool and Wolverine. I came to the realization that I don't know Wolverine very well. Of course, I knew of Wolverine. I grew up in the 90s. As Deadpool said, he's the X-Man. Well, technically that's Cable, but look at whose movie made more money. Okay, so I was wrong. Technically, this Cable, the Cable I've shown, is not the same Cable. That is an alternate universe Cable, Nate Gray, who is the X-Man. But that was on me. I thought it was time shenanigans that separated them, but nope, it's multiversal. I'm still gonna stick by my joke, but this is exactly why I need to do these getting to know you videos, so that stuff like this doesn't happen. Anyway, moving on. I've read books with Wolverine in it, I know his origin, but I never really paid attention to Logan himself. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to take a look at a few of Wolverine's comics and talk about them. Specifically, I want to talk about this comic trade, Wolverine, which collects a storyline from 1982, spread between the miniseries Wolverine and Uncanny X-Men, written by Chris Claremont and with pencils by Frank Miller and Paul Smith, respectively. Now, let me be clear, I wasn't sure what to think about this book from my initial impression. I've read a bit of Chris Claremont's work in the past, and I definitely understand why his run on X-Men was so highly regarded, but truth be told, that's about all I've read, so my frame of reference is a bit limited. I do know that out of the older X-Men titles I've read, this is one of my favorite approaches to Wolverine. I love the Logan who calls everyone bub and darlin'. He's tough, but still vulnerable enough to be approachable, and to me he just kinda comes off as everyone's grumpy uncle, and I love that. However, in Wolverine, much of what we see is Logan on his own. The arc follows Logan finding out that his love, Mariko, has been married off to a cruel man by her criminal father, Lord Shingen, to further his own agendas. Logan, seeking answers from Mariko, goes all the way to Japan to see her, only to be baited by her father into a duel to shame Logan and to show Mariko the dark side of the man she loved, the Wolverine. If this sounds kind of familiar, this book apparently served as the basis for the Wolverine movie from 2013. Anyway, this results in Wolverine running into Yukio, an assassin who's been tasked with tricking and killing Wolverine by Shingen, but she is a woman who lives for herself. Her zeal for life and danger attract her to Wolverine and he to her, but Logan is still in love with Mariko. This all culminates in a tangle of murder, passion, and honor, where Logan decides to find a way to free Mariko and Japan of Shingen's reign of terror and restore his honor. I'm sorry if I'm being so dramatic, but that's how this book feels. It feels like a play, and I love this comic for it. This feeling isn't helped by the art by Frank Miller. I understand that Frank Miller is a divisive figure in comics, and whether you love or hate him is perfectly valid either way. I think the team of Frank Miller, Joseph Rubinstein, and Glynis Wein did a really nice job with the art. It's very well staged, very cinematic with all this dramatic lighting and the dynamic colors, and I really enjoyed the vibe it gave. It really added to the drama of the arc. The second half of this trade had the following arc, a story set in Uncanny X-Men 172 to 173 that focuses on the wedding of Mariko and Wolverine. Wolverine invites the X-Men to the wedding, and there's a lot of backstory to unpack in this. At this point in X-Men, Kitty was starting to shift to the superhero identity of Shadowcat. Jean had already become the Phoenix and seemingly died. Storm was afraid to use her powers because they had been behaving erratically. Scott suspected that his new girlfriend, Madeline Pryor, was somehow Jean, and Rogue had joined the X-Men. Oh yeah, and Colossus and Nightcrawler are there too. Because this is an ensemble book, it's hard to focus on everything that is going on, so the plot really only focuses on the main plot and two smaller subplots. The main plot concerns Mariko's half-brother, the Silver Samurai, trying to kill Mariko to become leader of their clan. Subplot A involves Storm and Yukio going off on a crime-fighting spree as Storm learns a new perspective from Yukio, leading to Punk Storm, which, although incredible, kind of just happens without much explanation in these issues. Subplot B gets a little more focus, being about Wolverine speedrunning his trust issues with Rogue. As he's trying to keep Mariko safe and stop Silver Samurai and Viper after they almost kill the X-Men, with Rogue being one of the only people who can help him, Logan has to get over things quickly. Logan's issue is very cut and dry. He doesn't trust her because of the incident where she almost killed Carol Danvers, aka Miss Marvel, when she took her powers. This is a fair dilemma, and one I'm glad wasn't glazed over just to integrate Rogue into the team, and it ultimately had a very satisfying resolution. Honestly, I think my only problem with this comic is that it made me want more. I wanted to see where this arc went,
Especially since the trade left off on such a devastating, albeit unsurprising, cliffhanger.
but I think it's fair to say that I enjoyed these comics very much. I hope you guys will check out this trade too. I am planning on doing more getting to know this character type episodes, as I want to try to branch out from my comfort zone, but I'm not quite done with Wolverine yet. Let me know if there are any other characters or comics you want me to check out in the comments down below. On that note, thanks for listening, guys. I'm so glad you joined me today for this episode. What is your favorite Wolverine comic? Let me know in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time here on Out of Ink. Bye!